Okay, so this is the next video in our continuation of our AWS series. So today we will explore the S3 services. So we already started exploring the S3 services, but today we will cover the S3 versioning. So we will cover all these topics like what is S3 like versioning, how to enable the versioning, what is null version, what happen if we overwrite the file, how to delete restore the old version, how if we accidentally delete the file, what will happen, and how to restore the accidentally deleted file. So, and like what are the advantage of the versioning? Okay, so we will cover that. So basically versioning is, so let's suppose you have put something in your S3 bucket, and by default, by mistake you have deleted that file. So there is no way to recover that file if the versioning is enabled on the S3 bucket, because by default the versioning is disabled, or you can say suspended. By default the versioning is disabled. So if the versioning is enabled, so if by mistake like the file is getting deleted, you can like restore that file. We will see in practical. Along with that, let's suppose you have one file in your S3 bucket, and you have overwrite that file, and later on you already overwrite that file, and later on you find that the file which you overwrite is wrong. You want the previous version, that is the old version. So you want to roll back it. So if the version is not enabling, then what will happen? Let any file exist and you overwrite the same file, there is no way to roll back it. But if the versioning is enabled, what it will do, whatever the new file will be created, it will create a new version for that. So first is the earlier version, let's suppose version 1, then it will create a version 1.1 or 2, right? So if you don't want the version 1.2 and you want the old version, so you can delete the latest version, and automatically the old version will get restored. So we will see like everything in practical. So let's create a bucket first. So go to the S3. So create a bucket. So let's me create a bucket and within the London region 2, which is US 2. And you could see like by default versioning is disable. So let's make it disable only for the time being. So bucket has been created, right? And objects are not public. So now we will upload two files. So the same files which we have uploaded into the last video. One is the index.html and other is our India flag. So we have uploaded our two files. So upload it, close. So now there are two objects, and you could see like there is no version. So only the fields are name, type, last modified, size, and storage class. We can't see the version, and also there is no such option to see their version, right? Because by default the versioning is disabled when we created the bucket. So versioning is applicable on the bucket level. So when we created the bucket, the versioning is disabled. Okay, so let's like first host this website. So how we are hosting this website? So we go to the static website hosting, we are enabling it, and index document is index.html. Save the changes. So we have saved the changes, right? But it will not work. Why it will not work? Because we don't have the access. So it is access denied. So what we have to do is, this is the all these are the same thing which we have covered already in the last video. So go to the permission. So first switch off like enable the public access, save the changes, confirm. It will still not work, right? Because there is no policy attached with the bucket. So we have to attach the policy with the bucket, which will determine who can access the file. So type of policy S3 bucket policy. Effect is allow, principal is star, that is all the users. Action is like what action like other people can like perform. Well, it is the get object. So let me select the get object, and we have to give the ARN. So copy the ARN from here and paste it, and we have to give slash and star. Why? Because the get object action is on the objects, not on the buckets. So add the statement, generate the policy, copy it, close, and delete existing policy and paste it, and save the changes. And if we try to access our file, we will able to see our file. So right now our file is demo for static website. So this is our website. So we have hosted our website, static website basically. All right. So this already we have covered in our earlier videos. Now let's suppose I want to overwrite this file index.html, and right now versioning is not enabled. So right now you were able to see the title as demo for static website hosting using S3. Okay, so let me open my index.html, open with notepad, and here let me do changed. I have added just a keyword and save it, and let me upload the file index.html, add file index.html, open and upload it. So it has been uploaded, close it. And if I refresh the file, refresh my website, now I could see the option number sorry, not option, but a keyword as a changed here. All right. But later on, I realized that I want my old version of the website in which I don't have the this keyword, the changed. So one option is you have to do all the changes in your website. This is a very small change, so we can do the changes in the index.html. But let's suppose if there is a very large change, the multiple lines of change you have already deployed, now you want to roll back. So how you will do that? There is no option you can roll back, right? So for that, so if my versioning is enabled, so automatically when I upload to the new file, the new version will be created. It will not delete the old version. So the new version will be deleted. So created. So we have to enable the versioning. So let's enable the versioning. Go to the bucket and go to the properties. So you could see one option, bucket versioning. Versioning is means of keeping multiple variants of an object into the same bucket. So click on edit and enable the versioning. So save changes. So that's it. Now if you go to the objects, so by default now you able to see this option, show version. Earlier you were not able to see this version because earlier the versioning is not enabled. So now I am enable the versioning on the bucket. Now you are able to see the version. So if I enable it, you could see right now there is no version. So version ID is null. So we have covered what is versioning. We have covered how to enable the versioning. So default is the null version. So let's suppose when the versioning is not enabled and we already uploaded the file, and after uploading the file, we enable the version. So the objects which already exist, right? So those have the null version because we have uploaded this object before enabling the version on the bucket, right? So by default, there is version ID is null. So now let's suppose I want to do some changes in my website. So let me open to index.html, and I want to remove the keyword changed, and I want to add the keyword version. So save it. And so right now my website is having keyword as a changed. So let's upload my new file and index.html, right, and upload it. So it's uploaded, close it. So the file has been uploaded. So let's see whether it has been reflected or not. So yes, it has been reflected. So now I could see the keyword as a hyphen version because in my index.html, I put the S2 heading like this only. Okay. So if you enable the show version, so you could see my earlier version did not get overwritten. Earlier version still exists, but the new version has been created. So show version means show me the version column as well. Right now you are able to see only name, type, last modified, size, and storage class. So now you want to show the version column as well. So now the version is index.html. All right. So we have covered how to overwrite the file. Right. Now if I want to restore the old version, so now I want the changed keyword as well, and I want to remove the hyphen version. I want the previous changes. So I know the previous changes exist in this file index.html. All right. So what I will do is I will click on this version. So first I have to enable this, like I have to show the version, because it will tell us what version you have to delete. So I have to first enable this option. Then I see the version. Then which version I don't want. I don't want this version, which is the recent one, which we have uploaded, which has these changes hyphen version. I want the old version. All right. So old version is like already there. So I will, why can't I like use this version? So I will delete the version ID, this one, and click on delete, and you could see permanent delete option. So just permanent delete it. So now I have permanently deleted, and now I have the old version only. If I refresh my website, now I could see my old version. So this is the advantage of if by mistake you overwrite the file and you want to restore to the old version. So now we have restored to the old version. So that's it done. Let's suppose if you accidentally delete that file. So let's suppose there is an Indian flag.html. There is a no version for this file, right? My version is enabled and there is a no version. And if you have accidentally deleted this file, so to accidentally delete this file, first you have to make this like off. So don't show the version, and click on it and delete it. So now you are seeing the delete option. So let's cancel it, because if you show the version and if you click it and you try to delete, it will permanently delete that. Then you can't even restore, because you are saying show me the version and delete everything. But I don't want to delete everything. I just want to, like, versioning is enabled. And what happen if we delete the object? So Indian flag, click on this, and so I have like off this and click on it. And now I, rather than the permanently delete, I could see the delete option. So delete object. So now I have only one object. So that object has been deleted. So if I refresh my website, so I could not see the image, because that image is no more in my bucket. Even if open in a new tab, I could see no such key. Key means the particular object doesn't exist, and this is the key Indian flag.jpg. So this key doesn't exist, right? So that's why we are getting 404 not found. But if I enable this show version again, not enable, and versioning is already enabled, but I want to see the version. So I could say it not actually deleted that file, because my versioning is enabled on the object, and it only mark that object as a delete marker. So I want to, so someone accidentally delete the file. So we have accidentally delete this file. So I want to restore the file. So to restore the file, I have to remove this keyword delete marker. So I have to click click this particular delete marker and delete it, and permanently delete objects, and close it. Now in the objects, you again back to see the two objects. And if I refresh my website, you could see the flag again, basically the image again. So when we delete the file and the versioning is enabled, you will not able to see the file here. But when you enable the version, you could see a delete marker has been set on that. So that is the advantage of the versioning. So one advantage is, if you accidentally delete that file, it will mark as a delete marker. But if the versioning is not enabled, then it will permanently delete it. If the versioning is enabled, then it will mark as a delete marker. But when you delete it, make sure this option is off, because if you own this option and then you delete it, then it will permanently delete it. Then there is no way to restore that. So if you accidentally delete it, then we restore. And other advantage is that if you overwrite the file, so we have overwrite our index.html and we want to restore the old version. So because versioning is enabled, so if we are overwriting it, a new version will be created. And if we want to restore the old version, we will just click on it. And if there is a version exists, whatever the version we don't need, we will delete that version, and automatically the old version will be restored. So that's the advantage of the versioning. So it's it is generally recommended to keep the versioning on your bucket. So let's clear everything. So delete and permanently delete object, close, and let's delete the bucket as well, because we have done with our practical. So clean up all the resources, because it is a good habit to clean up all the resources, because we are using the free tier only. So delete. So everything has been deleted. So that's it. So that's the end of the video. Thank you.